Well, Louisiana Congressman Steve Scalise remains in the hospital this morning after being shot while practicing for the annual Congressional Charity Baseball Game. That game went on as planned last night.
Yeah, and so many people were in attendance in support of the game and the congressman. One of those in the crowd is Congressman Hurd from our San Antonio area. He's joining us live right now by phone. He's in Washington, D.C. this morning, was at the game, as I was just saying. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, so Congressman, what was the mood like last night among the crowd?
You know, it really was. Everybody was having fun. It was festive. Folks were, applauding and cheering for both sides. It really was a good experience, and we had close to 25,000 people there. The highest before that, I don't think even had reached 10,000. And we raised well over $1 million for charities, to include the Fallen Officers Fund, which is a fund that helps the families of officers injured and killed in the line of duty. So it was a good night, and I hope we can continue this kind of spirit of cooperation throughout the rest of the year.
And what about security there last night? Did you notice any difference?
Yeah, there was definitely an increased security presence, which is the right thing to do. Just experiencing what we did a few days ago, and having the number of so many members of Congress, many folks from the executive branch was in attendance as well. It was the right level of security for something like that. But the good thing is an increased security threat didn't deter people from coming. I think it caused people to come even more. It was, a lot of people were showing up and came to show a level of togetherness, and that an attack on one of our elected officials is actually an attack on all of our democratic institutions, and that we're not going to let some sick person, scare us away.
And Congressman, this has obviously reignited the gun debate. There's been at least one lawmaker who's on the scene the day of the shooting who has asked that lawmakers should be able to carry guns with them. How do you feel about that?
Well, in a situation like this, we're all going to, sometimes retreat to our corners and bring out old, tired talking points. But if we look at Manchester from a couple of weeks ago, where people are using vehicles to run folks over, we're looking at folks that are using knives to stab people. People are going to use anything, and the way we prevent these types of things is proper planning in advance. Having spent 9.5 years as an undercover officer, I've been looking over my shoulder for a long time, and I continue to do that. We've gotten an increasing level of threats just to my office, and it's about proper planning. It's about not putting yourself in situations where something like this can come up. It's unfortunate, but in this day and age, we're going to continue to need security.
Congressman, thank you so much for joining us this morning. You have a good weekend. That was Congressman Hurd from San Antonio joining us by phone from Washington, D.C. We'll be right back.